Welcome back to page 121. Today we're going to jump in the Journal of Travelers' Aid Society number 15. And for $2.50, Australia $3.50, UK £1.50, you get Azun, a high population world in the Solomoni Rim. I love this cover. When I first saw this cover, I thought they were some kind of wind farm, but I see now that they're giant arcologies for this high pop world. This guy came out in 1983. First, we got an ad for The Traveler Adventure from Game Designers Workshop, Bloomington, Illinois. I liked The Traveler Adventure a lot. It was a lot of fun. Then we look at the journal itself. We get the table of contents and all the legalese and such. Editor is Lauren K. Wiseman. We have an editorial from Lauren K. Wiseman. From the management, and Travelers available overseas through GDW distributors in the UK and Australia. That's just awesome that Traveler had been international. I'm sure it still is because it's published in England and we got it here in the United States, but it was worldwide back in the day. Just Detected, Conventions, Genghis Khan 5, Treasure Con. We have some play aids, Adventure class ships 1 and 2. That's a really good set. I like that. From FASA. And then we have Fate of the Sky Raiders, also from FASA. And then Hell Tank Destroyer, a game. And Star Leader Assault, also a game. Not familiar with either one of them. Then we get the Traveler News Service. I love the Traveler News Service. I wish it was around some way now. This took us through 338, 1108 to 021, 1109. New Cardboard Heroes, approved for use with Traveler from Steve Jackson Games out of Austin, Texas. I have a couple of sets of Cardboard Heroes. They came with some of the GURPS stuff in the 90s. And then we have Chill, an Amber Zone. This is an adventure for the player characters. And we get a little bit of semi-color there. I miss these old books, I really do. And then Discount Games and Software, Days of Yore from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, and Milcon Sinew Systems out of Smithfield, North Carolina. Not familiar with either one of them. Casual Encounter, Merchant Pilot. I like Casual Encounters, great place to meet some NPCs, drop them into your game wherever you want. Continuing out our Casual Encounter, free lead figure with purchase of catalog. Send $1 to Hobby House, Westland, Michigan. And contact Ale Yale. Didn't know how to say it. Yael. They're an alien species that you can add into your game. I don't think I've ever used them. If I did, I'm sure I stumbled over the pronunciation. Starship Malfunctions. Yes, why not? They're fun every once in a while. Just don't make it a common thing. But it can add to a lot of fun adventuring when the player characters have a problem and they're not sure how they fix it. Continuing on, some of the more dire things you can have go wrong. Life support, fuel tank rupture, fuel scoops clogged. That's an interesting idea. That could be a good problem when you're trying to refuel at a gas giant. The Dranixa Gambit. Orbital starpoint over Azun. The adventurers encountered Arthur Wilcox, who identifies himself as head of the Council of Commercial Development, or ELSE, one of Azun's arcology cities. The big old arcology there. Can get some good stuff, a very cyberpunk kind of feel to it. Totally Revealing, a RuneQuest adventure for Troll Pack. Everything about trolls, or as RuneQuest Troll Pack. And these guys were out of Albany, California. Origins returns to Michigan for an adventure gaming experience to surpass them all. Origins at 83, July 14th through the 17th in Cobo Hall, Detroit, Michigan. So be sure to go. And then we have the Academy of Adventure Gaming Artists and Design Official Origins Awards Nomination Ballot. So there you go. So mail that in 43 years ago and your vote will count. And then we have the Enterprise data file for the USS Enterprise. for Star Trek the role-playing game. And this is out of FASA from Chicago, Illinois. Character generation creation. A new part of Traveler is the creation of new character types for use in adventures. So if you always felt that you needed that guy who actually just works at a ground car garage, here you go. You can go ahead and make up a character class for it. And there we go. Some blank sheets. I always liked the blank sheets. I loved that they were TAS Form 41, TAS Form 41 reverse. I always loved that. I don't know why. And that's it for that article. TCS Squadron Design 2. That's kind of interesting. Squadron Design. I'm not really sure about this one. I think it was a competition for a while. And then continuing out our couple of articles from other pages, and we have an ad for the Complete Strategist. War Game headquarters for Southeast Florida and Montclair, New Jersey. I believe they're gone now, or I think there might be one left. It's a shame. Azun. Salamani Rim is one of the oldest civilized regions in the Imperium, along with the areas of space around land and capital. And we have a nice look at an archaeology on Azun. I liked this article a lot back in the day. I have never done much with archaeologies. I may have to solve that soon, but they're a cool idea. And we got a nice long article on it. If it's on the cover, it should be a nice long article. That's how I feel. And we finish out the article, and it was written by Lauren Wiseman and Mark Miller. Traveler royalty indeed. And then we have an ad for Far Traveler. Port of call, Rehopper, A World in Revolt. From FASA, from Chicago, Illinois. And then an ad for Milcon Simu Systems, Smithfield, North Carolina. And Traveler Miniatures, Martian Metals. Oh, that's kind of cool. Bestiary, the Crested Jabberwock. Beware of the Jabberwock, Marcel Marceau. I know that's not how the line goes, but I always said that. The Crested Jabberwock. Okay, and another ad for the Complete Strategist, this one in New York. And this one is an ad for next issue. SUSAG, an examination of how the Meg Corporation is organized, how it works, and what it does. And then Workshop News, what they're working on. Mark Miller's been slaving over his trusty terminal. And they're working on Traveler Adventure, new releases, and then the Traveler box set. And then come visit the future, Game Designers Workshop. We've been in the future since 1977. GDW, formerly out of Bloomington, Illinois. And then we get the back cover, which is an ad for Universe 3, Central Texas Computing Inc. out of Austin, Texas. Computer-moderated correspondence game, so play by mail. But that's what we got for our 250 back in 1983. I love JTAS. I still love what Mongoose does with JTAS. It's been a lot of fun. I wish there was some medium where they still did Traveler News Service. I think that would be a huge thing that could really bring fans in. I think Mongoose should really seriously look at it. But they haven't to this point. But that's all I've got to say today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look at JTAS number 15. Please leave comments below, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also tell your friends, take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. And that's all I've got today on page 121. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.